Kaya. Hello and welcome. I'm Ken Wyatt, the Minister for Indigenous Australians. I want to acknowledge the traditional owners of all the lands on which we live and meet together and who graciously welcome us to leave our footprints. For me, recording this video in Perth, the traditional owners are the Wyatt Noongar people. I pay my respects to elders past and present, and including our emerging leaders, and I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I'm delighted to be able to launch today's Speech Pathology, Australia's Reconciliation Action Plan today. I'd like to acknowledge the great work speech pathologists do to support people with communication and swallowing disorders. They work across the lifespan of their patients, from infancy to old age in many cases, across a wide range of difficulties. In 2018, the Speech Pathology Australia published the findings of the landmark project Speech Pathology 2030, Making Futures Happen. In developing the document, it was evident that members were calling for a focus on the needs of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. In 2017, an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander advisory committee was established to ensure Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice in the business of the association. The first reconciliation plan, Reflect, for the association was formally endorsed in 2019. This plan expressed Speech Pathology Australia's commitment to reconciliation and to working to change the culture within the profession. Artwork was commissioned from Indigenous artist Dixon Patton for inclusion in the final document. Further discussions were also held within the advisory committee and association staff to identify concepts for inclusion in the artwork. The title of the artwork in this document is Jinaway Numbo, which means to give, talk, in Ganaya language. This artwork depicts Indigenous and non-Indigenous people coming together. The pathways represents two-way learning and walking in reconciliation. This artwork is also used in the second Reconciliation Action Plan, Innovate, for the association. The focus on doing this work is evident in this story, as is the importance of language in the work of speech pathologists and to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Given I struggled over your word and title, maybe I need one of you speech pathologists to come and spend some time with me. The Innovate Reconciliation Action Plan builds on the commitments of the Reflect Reconciliation Action Plan, a commitment which is now embedded in the professional standards of the association. The Innovate Reconciliation Action Plan sets out a commitment to the current 68 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander members in culturally responsive ways, and the goal is to increase this number. Speech pathology recognises there is a need to build the evidence base for working in the area of language and communication disorders that affect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. They also recognise the need for research to be carried out in culturally appropriate ways. I want to thank Speech Pathology Australia for inviting me to launch this very important plan, and I'm looking forward to its progress following this launch, the difference you will make, but the impact that is realised into the long-term future because of the interventions that you undertook to make a difference for Aboriginal children, young people and adults. I thank you and congratulate you on the work that you do. Thank you.